Hello, I want to talk to you today about my legs. Yes, could there be anything you care about less? No, this is literally the least important topic in the world. Specifically, I want to talk to you about the vacation we took to St. Louis this weekend. Before I get into that, let me just clarify that yes, I'm wearing the same shirt as in the previous 4 videos. Do I only wear one shirt? Is that all I own? Did I film 4 videos right in a row? Who knows? I think maybe I'm just incapable of doing laundry. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, got a parade of people coming in here. All right, so we went down to St. Louis, and we didn't bring the stroller. I didn't think it was going to be a big deal because all of my kids are old enough to walk, which is glorious. So we're going to go to all these different museums and sites, and we're just going to walk through them. We didn't even bring the stroller because my kids are strong-minded and independent, and they'll want to walk the whole way. Well, you don't realize when you go... Well, some of you walk, some of you do not. All the ones who walked in here are fine. So, you're throwing me off. I got all these people lurking behind me. All right, so we go to the City Museum first, which is easy enough. You couldn't use a stroller there anyway, and you have to crawl over everything and under everything, and that's pretty exhausting. We're there for 5 or 6 hours, but that's okay. All right, we have literally everyone in here now.
I'm gonna grab yours.
Okay, so 5 or 6 hours of walking, no big deal, except for the fact that I'm incredibly out of shape, and this one, right here, wanted to be carried the whole way. Not like once her legs got tired from walking too far, like instantly. She decided that she was going to regress, and she no longer wanted to move under the power of her own 2 feet.
That one.
Yes, eventually. So 6 hours of carrying this one up and over hills and through tunnels. And, all right, I'm pretty tired. We get up the next day for the zoo. And the zoo in St. Louis is about 25 times the size of the one in Indianapolis. It's approximately 100 miles across, or at least that's what it felt like in the heat. So we go there, and again, we didn't have the stroller, and she instantly demands to be carried. Which, if you carry any amount of weight, any distance, it gets heavier and heavier. But like hour 3, I was collapsing. Luckily, we had some friends meet us there, and they had a stroller. And I tossed her in there. I was like, yes, I can walk. I can stand again. I'm unburdened.
And it laid down while I just pushed it.
Yeah, and she fell asleep in there. But then, this one wanted to be carried. So instead of getting a lighter load, it went up 10 pounds. So for 5 or 6 hours, I carried this one around. And by this point...
You kept on refusing. You never carried her, only a little bit.
And then after that, we had to go to, well, we parked like 100 miles away because we decided to save $5 on parking in that whatever the big park is there, Forest Park, up and over a hill. It was a good solid death march away. So we walked there with one of them on my shoulder, sometimes the other one in my arms. And then the next day we decided to go to an art museum. That was a great decision. Lots of breakable things that are completely uninteresting to them. And I tried this time. I actually tried to pick up the little one. She wanted to be carried for parts of it. I was like, just let me put you on my shoulders and you will be safe and everything will be fine. And I put her on my shoulders, and the art attendant guard ninja person objected. She's like, you can't do that. Apparently it was somehow a hazard. So I was like, all right. I washed my hands of this, and I put her on the ground, and she ran amok everywhere.
Luckily there were couches.
Yes, there were couches. The kids were fascinated by the couches because they hated walking as much as I did. By our 3rd straight day of walking all day, they just wanted to sit down. All of you... What is that noise? I've been tied up. So it was more or less like this, but walking through an art museum where you're supposed to be quiet at all times. So after about an hour, we finally gave up and just left, and we had a birthday party to go to at a park where they ran amok and everything was fine. So the long story short, I thought I was capable of walking for 4 or 5 hours a day every day. Apparently I'm not. Those people who walk the Appalachian Trail, I'm the opposite of that. Once upon a time I did cross country and I just assumed I could stay on. Ow! I just assumed I could do that, and I cannot. So this is what I do now. I sit in chairs as mobs of small children assault me, and it's a little scary. Alright guys, I'm going to stop this video now before I die. Alright, thank you for joining me.